Aloha. My name is HM2 Surface Warfare Jeff Priella, and I work with Outserve SLDN's Military Advisory Council, the Outserve Hawaii chapter, and Equality Hawaii. Here in the islands, we pride ourselves in the Aloha spirit. We can find it in our day-to-day lives, our interactions with strangers, amongst friends, and our ohana. It was the Aloha spirit that Charlie Morgan and her family were able to experience when they came to the island for a bucket list holiday jointly coordinated by SLDN and Outserve. This was one of our crowning achievements as a chapter, an organization, and as a family. When we found out that Charlie was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, we were greatly saddened and dismayed by it. But the fact that she continued to fight for equality with every ounce of strength despite this affliction was a source of inspiration as well as courage, and served as a beacon of hope for LGBT service members and their families. We had hoped that she would live to see those very benefits be afforded to her and her family. Unfortunately, cancer does not abide by our timetables. My partner, Chris Tam, said something very profound during the arguments here in Hawaii for the case of marriage equality. He said, "You have to have aloha for everyone, not just for some." So today, I come before you to share with you what we have done for Charlie to show you our aloha. Proclamation presented in recognition of Chief Warrant Officer Charlie Morgan. Whereas Chief Warrant Officer Charlie Morgan had demonstrated honor, courage, and commitment by serving in the U.S. Army National Guard from 1982 until 2012, despite the discriminatory policy towards LGBT troops that existed until September 20, 2011, when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. Whereas Chief Warrant Officer Charlie Morgan has joined Outserve Service Members Legal Defense Network as a member of the Military Advisory Council, where she is a positive role model for the LGBT community, women, and the Army. And whereas Chief Warrant Officer Charlie Morgan was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer and yet continue to fight for equality for the armed forces by challenging the Defense of Marriage Act, using her own family as a positive role model. Therefore, I, Neil Abercrombie, Governor, and I, Shan Tsutsui, Lieutenant Governor of the State of Hawaii, do hereby proclaim February 15th, 2013 as Chief Warrant Officer Charlie Morgan Day in Hawaii, and ask the people of the Aloha State to join us in recognizing and participating in its observance, done at the state capitol in the Executive Chambers, Honolulu, State of Hawaii, this 14th of February, 2013. Unfortunately, this proclamation came 2 days before she passed away. I am saddened that I will not be able to present it to her in person. I am, however, immensely proud to present it to her wife, Karen, and daughter, Casey Elena. Charlie will forever be in the hearts of those she interacted with. Chris and I also hope that true aloha will be shown to everyone by providing us the opportunity towards full equality. To Karen, Casey Elena, Maria, and the rest of Charlie's family, we say this: mahalo for your sacrifice and for your continued support. It's difficult to lose a loved one through war or disease, but please know that Charlie's struggle was not in vain. If it wasn't for her, it would not have been possible for us to be where we are now. To paraphrase Oscar Wilde, Charlie was the visible personification of absolute perfection. On behalf of Outserve Hawaii, Equality Hawaii, mahalo and aloha nui loa.